I'm in the exercises folder here, and down below you can see the contents thereof, a bunch of files that were created in various programs. Well, which programs were these files created in? One way is by looking at the little icons to the left of the file names, and as you familiarize yourself with the color of the programs, I know that this icon in red here and that one up above it means that these files were created in PowerPoint, and the green one for Excel and the blue W's for Word. My question to you is, how does Windows 7 know how to open up this file in that same program? Well, anytime you're in a program and you want to save your work, when you save it, you give it a name, right? But also that program attaches an extension to the name. That's why they're known as extensions, because it extends beyond the name that you gave it. And it adds a dot and then a couple of letters. And those letters will associate this file to that program, so when you double click on that file, it opens up that program. So the .pptx associates itself or will open up this file in the PowerPoint 2007 program. In earlier versions of PowerPoint, it would be .ppt. Now by default, these are hidden. You can't see them. Why? Because if you actually delete or change the extension, the file may become unusable or may not open up in the correct program. So you're probably asking yourself, well, then why would I want to see them? The two benefits from being able to see the extensions next to each of the files is one is that you can identify the file a bit easier or more accurately than trying to look at the icon. I know and I associated, just like I do with an image here, of the red icon for PowerPoint is that .pptx is for PowerPoint 2007, .ppt is PowerPoint 2003 and earlier. JPEGs are images, but also .tif or TIFFs are images, but a different type of format of image, a lot larger file, and I can tell just by looking at the couple letters or the extension of the file's name. So that's one benefit, is you can quickly identify a file and what program is associated with it without having to look at the icon, okay? So another example is that for Excel, this is 2007 because it has the extra X. If it was Excel 2003 or an earlier program, it wouldn't have the extra X. So I know that this file was created in Excel 2007 and not an earlier version of it. The second benefit is that when it comes to searches, it makes it nice. For example, if I have a bunch of images, some are JPGs, some are TIFs, and some are GIFs. If I just want the JPGs, I can just come up here and type in JPG. You can see all the JPEGs are highlighted and pull up here. I'm going to go ahead and close out. And then I would say probably one more benefit is that if you double click and you try to open up a file and it says, I don't know, choose a program, I can't tell what file I'm associated with or I belong to, it might be that the extension is not there. For example, if I right click on this file and go to rename, you can see by default Windows 7 is just saying just rename your part of the name here. Don't rename the extension. So it's highlighted so I can just start typing, you know, and it starts typing over the text but not the extension. But if I come over here and I delete everything after the dot like that and I hit enter, it says, hey look, if you change this I won't know what program to open this file up in. Go ahead and say yes. You can see it went from a red little icon to white. And if I double click on it, it says, I don't know, you tell me, which program is supposed to open up this file? If it's PowerPoint, double click on that, it opens up in PowerPoint, but when I close out, it was a one-time thing. So in any case, you may want to email your friend and say, look, you sent me this file, it doesn't have an extension, what is the extension? And then you can, of course, right-click on it, rename it, and click after your name and type in pptx, okay? Hit enter and double click on it and it knows what program to open up in. Of course, if you double click on it and it opens up and gives you a bunch of funny looking symbols and characters, then try again. It may be that it was created in a program that you don't have installed on your computer, or it may be installed but it's just simply opening up in the wrong program. Like for example, when I double click on Smile, it opens up in Windows Photo Viewer. Close out. Well, instead of opening up in Windows Photo Viewer, I can right click on it and come up here to open with and choose any one of these other programs, including a default program outside of Windows Photo Viewer. Instead of always opening up in Windows Photo Viewer, I can choose a different default program like Microsoft Office Picture Manager. Double click on that. You can see up at the top it's not the Photo Viewer, it's the Picture Manager. When I close out, all these icons have changed and now they're kind of close to the PowerPoint, just kind of a darker red. Now I know that that really doesn't have anything to do with extensions. You don't have to see the extensions to right click and go ahead and open up and choose a default program. Let me click off in a blank area. But again, these extensions might be helpful for you. I use them because basically it's a quick way to identify a file, to know what program it's associated with and what type of file it is. Especially with my image files, because you can have the same image but saved in different formats. JPG is not the only image format. Like I said before, there are TIFFs, GIFs, and so on. In any case, if you want to be able to see your extensions, just remember when you turn them on, don't delete the last couple of letters at the end or after the dot. But to turn them on, just go ahead and hit the Alt key on the keyboard to temporarily bring up your menu bar. Then click on the Tools menu, go down to Folder Options, click on the View tab, and then come down here, and mine's already unchecked, but go ahead and uncheck Hide Extension for Known File Types, and then click OK, and you'll be able to see all the extensions for these files. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.